And your last lesson of 6th grade, if we get this far, is permutations and combinations. A permutation is a selection of different items in which the order matters. A combination is a selection of items in which the order does not matter. So things that would be permutations would be like, if 12 people run a race and I'm asking how many ways could we have first, second, and third place picked. That's a permutation because being first is different from being second is different from being third. If, on the other hand, say we're ordering pizzas and there are 15 possible toppings to choose from, and I say you can go pick a 3-topping pizza. It doesn't matter what order you pick those 3 toppings in. A pepperoni, sausage, bacon pizza is a bacon, sausage, pepperoni pizza. That's a combination. So, first, Iva, Rick, Jane, and Elliot are chosen to perform in the school talent show. We're going to talk about the first and second acts of the show. Because I'm going to talk, and this is kind of out of order, because we're going to talk about how many ways we can put them in the first or second act of the show, the order here does matter. This is going to be a permutation. So how many ways can they be arranged? Well, we could make a list. For example, Iva could be first, and Rick could be second. Or Iva could be first, and Jane could be second. Iva could be first, and Elliot could be second. Or, Rick, let me actually change colors so that'll make it a little easier to read this. Rick could be first, and Iva could be second. Rick could be first, and Jane could be second. Rick could be first, and Elliot could be second. Or, Jane could be first, and Iva second. Jane first, and Rick second. Jane first, and Elliot second. Or, Elliot could be first, and Iva second. Elliot first, and Rick second. Elliot first, and Jane second. So how many different ways can they be arranged for the first 2 acts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. List is a pain. The fundamental counting principle still works. There are 4 students here. How many choices do you have for the first act? Well, you can pick any of those 4, so you have 4 to choose from. Now, how many are left to pick for the second act? Well, 3, because somebody's already gone. 4 times 3 would tell me 12. Lexi, Bailey, Hogan, and Michael are warming up to bat. Use the fundamental counting principle to find the number of permutations of these batters. So there are 4 kids. How many choices do you have for the first batter? Well, you can pick from any of those 4. For the second batter, now there's only 3 left to choose from. Then there would be 2 left to choose from. And then there's just whoever's left. So we just have to multiply this through. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24. 24 times 1 is 24. So there are 24 different ways we could arrange these 4 people. Tomas is selecting volunteers for his skit in the school talent show. For his skit, he needs 3 volunteers from the audience. Stacy, Eva, Gail, and Pete raise their hands. Is this a permutation or a combination? Well, he just needs 3 people. Doesn't matter if he picks Stacy, Eva, Gail, or Gail, Eva, Stacy. It's the same group of people. So this is a combination. And the question now is how many combinations of these 4 audience members is possible? Well, We have Stacy, Eva, Gail. Stacy, Eva, Pete. Stacy, Gail, Pete. And that's every group that could have Stacy. The only group left would be Eva, Gail, Pete. Anything else we write is going to be a rearrangement of one of these 4 possibilities. So there's only 4 combinations possible. Unfortunately, with a combination, there is no shortcut yet. We will learn a formula for combinations in pre-algebra. But for 6th grade, we just have to think it through. So what if he only needs 2 volunteers? How many combinations are there then? Well, you could have Stacy Eva, Stacy Gail, Stacy Pete, Eva Gail, Eva Pete. We don't need Eva Stacy because it's already Stacy Eva. And you could have Gail Pete. There are 6 combinations if he only needs 2.